Okay. Alright, kita dah record. Okay, so renewable energy sources. The first one is hydro energy. The second picture shows solar energy. Tu gambar solar panel kan? Okay. The third is wave energy, where the movement of wave um, pushes the turbines inside the structures that you see there and converts mechanical energy to electric energy. Okay. From the bottom row from the left is hydroelectric without a dam lah. Tapi dia nak kata apa ya? Tapi not all seas atau not all places are suitable for wave energy sebab dia perlukan sort of consistency in terms of berapa kelajuan wave yang konsisten dekat kawasan-kawasan tertentu lah. So di Malaysia tak silap saya kita tak boleh. Yes, road wave pun juga factor. Satu lagi ialah kalau dia straits kan. Straits pun tak sesuai lah. Macam kita Selat Melaka tak sesuai. Tapi Laut Cina Selatan tu there was a suggestion to have such structure in the South China Sea tapi belum lagi terlaksana lah. Ada cadangan dia. Satu lagi ialah Laut Andaman dekat atas Langkawi tu kan. North of Langkawi tu pun ada cadangan tapi belum terlaksana lagi lah. So another three factors pula. Three renewable energy sources at the bottom there, geothermal energy, biomass energy and also wind atau tidal energy. Untuk biomass, organic substances ada macam nak kata apa, in certain countries they use ethanol and they are moving towards introducing ethanol combined with petrol as one of the main fuel for electrical energy production. Macam di US sekarang petrol dia ialah 20% dalam petrol tu 20% ethanol, 80% adalah petrol lah. So the combination between the two is used to generate power plant that uses petrol. Jadi sekarang ni sektor pertanian di US, corn industry in the US is not just for producing food products, but they are also use the crops yield from corn agricultural activities to convert corn into ethanol, and ethanol is used as part of the fuel for electric generation in power plant. Kalau yang simpler version, kalau kita tengok di negara China, banyak rural areas tak dapat sambungan elektrik. So tapi mereka ni adalah orang-orang yang buat aktiviti pertanian. So what they do is they collect all the animal waste inside a structure that convert the animal waste to produce silo. They put all the animal waste into the silo, into the structure, so that the waste material, organic materials will be converted to methane. Kenapa boleh convert to methane? Proses dia ialah decomposition. This methane gas produced is used as fuel. Macam kita sebut tadi, salah satu tu ialah natural gas kan. So methane gas tu is one of the natural gases that can be used as a fuel for electrical energy. So walaupun dekat situ methane gas tu non-renewable sources, tapi sebab methane gas tu produced by biomass, dia jadi renewable energy sources lah. So Yes, methane gas generator. So itu in simpler form lah, dekat China pun ada. And for biomass energy ni juga, di Finland memang one of the biggest user of biomass energy untuk generate electricity. Okay, mari kita tengok. Okay, semua dah jawab. Okay, Nervindik mungkin ada masalah internet ke? Okay, let's take a look at this video. Okay, so this video is an introduction on a model of electric generator. When you observe the video, try to identify what is the energy change involved and how does the model work. Okay, sekejap ya, I think this one. Okay, how does the model work? Sekejap, saya tukarkan ini sebagai, I change it to text. Okay. Okay, sebab dia teks. Okay ya. Dalam kamu punya slide, ialah dia punya ruang untuk kamu jawab soalan. Dalam Google Meet is the video ya. I will open the video. Sekejap. Saya tukar kepada student paste sekejap. Sekejap ya. Okay.
Do you know how an
Okay. Alright, saya pasang ya.
electric generator works? Electric generator converts mechanical energy to electrical energy. An electric generator, as shown, consists of a rotating rectangular coil ABCD placed between the two poles of the permanent magnets. The two ends of this coil are connected to the two rings R1 and R2. The inner side of these rings are insulated. The two conducting stationary brushes B1 and B2 are kept pressed separately on the rings R1 and R2 respectively. The two rings R1 and R2 are internally attached to an axle. The axle may be mechanically rotated from outside to rotate the coil inside the magnetic field. Outer ends of the two brushes are connected to a bulb to show the flow of current in the given external circuit. When the axle attached to the two rings is rotated such that the arm AB moves up in the magnetic field, the induced current direction can be found by applying Fleming's right-hand rule. The induced currents are set up in these arms along the directions AB and CD. Thus, an induced current flows in the direction A, B, C, D. If there are larger numbers of turns in the coil, the current generated in each turn adds up to give a large current through the coil. This means that the current in the external circuit flows from B2 to B1. After half a rotation, arm CD starts moving up and AB moving down. As a result, the directions of the induced currents in both the arms change, giving rise to the net induced current in the direction D, C, B, A. The current in the external circuit now flows from B1 to B2. Thus, after every half rotation, the polarity of the current in the respective arms changes. Such a current, which changes direction after equal intervals of time, is called an alternating current, abbreviated as AC. This device is called an AC generator.
Download Spark Learning app.
Do you know how an electric generator works?
Okay, so let's take a look at your observations. So I can see that most of you have the idea that basically the model changes kinetic energy uh, to electric energy kan. When we turn the crank, we can see the presence of electrical current. So what are other observations that you can see there? Bila dia turn the crank, what are the other changes that you can see? Is there a difference when the crank is moving upwards and downwards? Apa beza dia bila crank tu turning upwards and turning downwards? What are the changes of the current that you can see? Okay, let's see. Um, alright, so okay, I can see several ideas here. We can see that when we observe the video, the movement of the crank produces electrical energy detected by the presence of apa when the bulb lights up tu kita tahulah ada electrical energy. That is number one. Observation number two, based on the model, we know that the different direction of the crank movement causes the direction of the current changes kan. Bila the crank is moving upwards, the direction is of current is different when the crank moving downwards. However, in both conditions, crank moving upwards ke, downwards ke, the presence of electricity is still there. The bulb still lights up kan? So apa? This is what I can summarize from your submissions lah. Okay, these are the observations that I can see from your submissions. So it's okay kalau tak dapat tulis habis pun tak apa, sebab saya hanya nak tengok your observation skills. Nanti kita akan discuss dengan lebih lanjut. We will discuss further about this particular model. This particular model is based on an idea from Michael Faraday. So mari kita tengok ya. Okay, sekejap. Okay. Now, what we observed just now is a model of generator to generate electricity. And then the type of current produced by that model is known as induced current, atau dalam bahasa Melayu dia arus aruhan. So the flow of induced current ni is detected by the light bulb, atau dalam model dalam gambar ni detected by LED. So another way to detect the changes of atau the presence of electricity is by connecting the wires with a voltmeter. So voltmeter, atau nanti bila kita tengok dalam buku teks kita, satu lagi alat yang digunakan ialah galvanometer. So a voltmeter is an instrument used for measuring electric potential difference between 2 points in an electric circuit. So when there is electricity running through the wires, we can see the indicator moving up and down like that lah. Okay, mari kita tengok the first scenario. Okay, so in this scenario, a voltmeter is attached to a wire and the wire is placed between two magnets. There are two things that we can observe here. What do you think happens to the voltmeter when the wire is static, stays between the magnet? And then for the second observation, what happens to the voltmeter when the wire moves up and down between the magnet? Okay, apa jadi pada voltmeter bila wire tu stay between the magnet, dia tak bergerak? Apa jadi pada voltmeter bila kita gerakkan wire tu ke atas dan ke bawah? Ada perubahan tak yang kita boleh observe pada voltmeter? Okay. Okay, let's see here. Your submissions. Okay, so number one for observation one. Okay, teruskan Barada, teruskan tulis. Okay, jatuh pula saya punya alat tulis. Allah Akbar. Alright, okay, teruskan tulis. Okay, sikit lagi tu Rajin Alisha for the first one. Okay, Vigneshwaran, Aiman Syamil, what do you think? Masa apa prosedur yang pertama, kalau kita stay saja wire tu between the magnets, ada perubahan tak? What is your idea? Okay, Luth Haikal pun dah siap yang first tu. Apa? Sophia, what do you think? Sikit lagi, the voltmeter jadi apa? Okay, so basically anak-anak, I agree with your ideas. For the first situation, when the wire is not moving, the voltmeter shows a zero reading. Kan? Zero reading. Good. Okay, and then when we move the wire up and down, what we can see there is as the wire when sorry as the when we move the wire, we can see that the voltmeter shows a reading. Kan ada perubahan. Dia akan bergerak daripada kosong pergi ke pergi ke other numbers lah. 10, 9, 8, something like that lah. But for when the wire is static, there is no change. Okay. So, apa yang berlaku di situ? Okay, what happens in the situation is, okay, tak apa terus. Okay, so seperti yang Nurin tulis ni, bukan stop ya, kejap. Okay, seperti yang ditulis oleh Durah ni adalah ringkas tapi tepat. Voltmeter point static for number one. For number two, the point of voltmeter start to deflect. Dia akan bergerak lah. Okay, so let's take a look at, kejap ya, I give you another 30 seconds. For the next slide, we can take a look at the explanation why is there a difference in observation. Kan, kenapa ada perbezaan dia. Terus tulis, boleh refer pada sampel jawapan dalam Google Meet. Okay. So for the first one static, no change. The second one, the pointer deflects atau the pointer move. Pointer of voltmeter move. Shows a reading pun betul. Okay, shows a reading pun betul. Alright. Okay ya. Now let's take a look. Sorry, saya terpaksa move to the next one. Oh sorry, this one. Okay, so no, this one. Alright. So the movement of wire between the magnet. Okay, the movement of wire between the magnet causes the magnetic fields line to be cut. So when we move a wire between the magnetic poles, the magnetic field lines cut. And then the same observation can be seen when we use a solenoid. Solenoid itu basically a cylindrical structure where we coil copper wires around it, and then it enables the magnet to be inside the solenoid. So untuk gambar solenoid tu basically mekanism dia sama, cuma instead of between magnet, the wires the magnet is inside the solenoid. The magnet is between the wires. Kalau gambar atas tu wire between magnets, gambar bawah tu magnet between wires. But when we move the solenoid upwards and downwards, it still considers as the movement of the wire. So let's take a look at the second and third explanation, uh, when we move the wires, it causes magnetic field lines to be cut and produce induced current. So the induced current will flow through the wires and detected by the galvanometer. Atau dalam kita punya model tadi, it is detected by the voltmeter. Okay, let's take a look at the next procedure. So in the next procedure, we move the magnet. So we move the magnet. Between picture 1, 2, 3 and 4, which picture does the voltmeter shows a reading? And can you explain your answer why you choose the pictures? Okay, alright. So picture 2 and 4. Yes, I agree with you. Picture 2 and 4. If you look at the picture pun, okay, if you look at the picture pun, for picture 2 and 4, the voltmeter deflects. Dia move away. Kan the pointer move away from zero. Zero tu at the middle. And then at picture 2 and 4, the arrows are no longer pointing at zero. It pointed towards to the right of the voltmeter reading or towards the left of the voltmeter reading. So picture 2 and 4. So uh, Kenapa ini berlaku? Okay, I agree with you. The movement of magnet kan, sebab magnet tu bergerak kan. So, kenapa ada bacaan? Sebab the magnet move. So when the magnet move, macam jawapan yang dicadangkan oleh Rashdan, dicadangkan oleh Amita dan juga Aira, since the magnet move, the magnetic field lines are also cut, producing induced current, and the current flows through the voltmeter and produces a reading kan. Bila kita gerakkan magnet, kita memutuskan atau memotong medan magnet, garisan medan magnet, so it will produce induce current yang menghasilkan arus aruhan. Saya sebut arus aruhan tu lagi pening ya, which will produce induced current, and this induced current is detected by the voltmeter. Dia punya sebab dia satu je, sebab magnet bergerak, itu saja. Okay, cukup dah, tak ada masalah ya. Explain your answer tu sebab magnet bergerak. Simple saja, macam dicadangkan oleh Awani ni. Very simple, since the magnet move. Itu saja ya. Picture 2 and 4. Macam mana kita tahu tadi? How do we know? We take a look at the picture. Picture 1, the voltmeter reading is 0. Picture 3, the voltmeter reading is also 0. But picture 2 and 4, voltmeter reading, one to the right, one to the left, because we can see an arrow there showing, indicating the movement of magnet. Okay, I give you another 30 seconds to update your answer. Nanti kita tengok the next slide ya. Alright. So next one, nanti kita tengok sedikit explanation regarding this particular model, this particular procedure, and then we will take a look at how power plants generate electricity. Okay, sorry anak-anak, untuk mereka yang sedang update, I will have to move to the next one. So, as we see in the model that picture 1 to 4 tadi, okay, yes, I agree with your idea. The movement of magnet also cut the magnetic field lines. So if we do the same activity but using a solenoid, the same observation can be seen. Okay, and then I would like to point out, in our textbook, the apparatus used is galvanometer, and the galvanometer functions similar, detecting similar thing as the voltmeter. Okay, walaupun dia punya label tu berlainan lah, sedikit apparatus dia tu sedikit berlainan. So let's take a look at how electricity is generated at power stations. So for power station, most of our power stations uses non-renewable energy sources seperti diesel, natural gas and coal. This is because we have these natural resources at hand. It is cheaper to use diesel, natural gas and coal instead of building non-renewable sources infrastructure. Itu dia punya argument lah untuk orang-orang yang nak buat power station using petrol, diesel, natural gas and coal ni. So let's take a look at the mechanism. So what is the energy change involved in different mechanisms inside the power station? For example, the first green box, okay, yes, the energy is from chemical energy and then converted to become apa? to become heat energy. Very good. Tapi mekanism dia apa? Burning of fuel, and then arrow lepas tu produces apa? Okay, burning of fuel tu untuk memanaskan, atau untuk memanaskan, to boil. Heat is sent to boiler. Yes, good. Apa matlamat untuk send to boiler tu? To boil water. Yes, boiling water to produces steam. And then the steam will move upwards to rotate the turbine. Very good. So heat energy change dekat situ sudah jadi kinetic energy. And then the rotation of the turbine generates electricity, where kinetic energy is converted to electrical energy. Bagus. Okey, kejap ya. Okey, saya pamerkan satu sampel jawapan daripada Aira. Okay, this is a sample answer from Aira. So yang warna pink tu adalah mechanism, apakah step-step conducted by the power station, starting with burning the fuel. It can be diesel, natural gas, coal, petrol. The burning of fuel will heat water that flows on top of the combustion, and then the boiling water produces steam that move upwards towards the turbine. So the steam rotates the turbine that finally will produce electricity. Okay, next one is, let's take a look at another one sample from non-renewable sources. Lepas ni kita tengok yang using non-renewable energy sources. Okay, oh sorry, saya tampilkan sekali lagi sampel. So as you can see here, power station ni adalah sama. Power station ni dia punya mechanism is similar to the model that we did before. Basically it converts mechanical energy to electrical energy. But how do we produce the mechanical energy? Macam mana kita nak gerakkan turbine tu? So cara kita gerakkan turbine, the way we move the turbine can be different based on renewable ke non-renewable energy sources. If we use non-renewable energy sources, most of it comes from the combustion of non-renewable energy sources. Lepas tu baru boleh generate kinetic energy. Lepas tu baru boleh generate electrical energy kan. Okey, kejap ya. Saya tengok semua dah siap ke? Okey, Adam pun one more. Raja Nur Alisha sikit lagi. Okay, I will screenshot this so that you can refer to it later. Kejap ya. Sebab we have only around 10 minutes for our class today. Sekejap ya. Okay, here is one sample. So I wanted you to see that the pink one refers to the mechanism atau the process that occurs inside the power station. The green one refers to the energy change in each step of the process. Okay, so in slide 17 to slide 21, kita tengok satu-satu ya. Slide 17 to 21 different power station that uses non-renewable energy. So for this particular section, untuk section non-renewable sources ni, I will give it to you as your homework. Kita ada lagi 10 minit berbaki ni kan. So, I will convert this slide into student base. so that you can use the extra 10 minutes, the 10 minutes that we have to complete slide 17 to 21. We will discuss it in our next class. Kita akan discuss next week, next Tuesday. Because on Wednesday, I will discuss transformer first, because the next part of this particular topic 6.1, dia ada satu eksperimen yang kena buat, yang saya masih lagi mencari sumber video yang bagus untuk kamu observe, dan kita buatlah amali tu eksperimen 6.1 tu. So slide 17 to 21 is your homework. Don't forget to fill up the attendance form. Kita ada 27 sorry. We have 25 people here. Okay, we have 25 people here. Hopefully all of you have filled up the attendance form. Saya berhenti tak kat sini dulu. I need the 9 minutes gap to take a look at each of your answer dari slide 1 sampailah slide 21 ya. So that is all for today. If you have any questions, you can post it inside your slide. Saya akan jawab dalam kamu punya slide. Katakanlah kamu ada soalan pasal slide sekarang ni kan, slide 17. So you just post your question on slide 17. I will take a look at it and I will answer. Okay, so that is all for today. Sekian, wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. See you.
Thank you,
Thank
teacher.
you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
You're
Thank you, teacher.
welcome. Don't forget to fill up attendance.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Bye. See you.
See you too, teacher.
Yeah.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Bye. Cepat-cepat breakfast ya. Tadi ada yang kata tak boleh breakfast tadi.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Bye. Have a nice